Beverly Makoto is a final year student at the Johannesburg College of Education. Bev has always wanted to be a teacher, but recent events have led her to question her choice of career.
I've heard that about 3,500 teachers will be retrenched, and I just question whether I'll be needed.
Bev has vivid childhood memories of teachers who were respected by everyone in her community. But things have changed.
I've seen much of disillusioned teachers, and maybe I'll end up as one of them, because you don't know what happened to those teachers. Not all of them were less motivated when they came into the field. Some were eager and enthusiastic, but their motivation has went away, and it does bring in confusion and questions whether this is the right career for me.
Reg Mashiani is an English teacher. Over the past 4 years, he has also witnessed many changes in South African education. And, like Bev, he is beginning to doubt whether he still has a role to play as a teacher.
It's actually embarrassing to tell people that you're a teacher these days.
Let's just brainstorm it, okay?
The role of a teacher is going down the drain. Now a teacher isn't a teacher anymore, but a facilitator. And everyone in the community seems to be saying, what are you doing, you know? And I find that myself not knowing what is right and what is wrong.
I met Reg during my teaching prac, and we realized that we had the same questions about what's going on in our education right now.
But despite feeling a little demoralized, Bev and Reg wanted to continue teaching. They decided to see whether the current problems were real or were being exaggerated by the press and public. They also realized that they needed to talk to other teachers and see how they were coping.
We decided to go on an investigation where we will explore different issues, which will hopefully give us some answers.
Some answers to what being a teacher is all about. And this is where I come into the picture. My name is John Giltig. I'm a teacher educator currently working for the South African Institute for Distance Education. Reg and Bev's concerns are not unique. I've heard them from many teachers. They're working in a profession which is changing rapidly, and also a profession that's under siege. And so the messages that teachers are getting are very mixed. On the one hand, they're seen as keys to transformation, but on the other hand, they're being retrenched, they're being blamed for poor matric results, and they're even being blamed for low productivity.
I would say the future doesn't look very rosy.
Sometimes I go to class with a negative attitude because maybe tomorrow I won't see these kids. I don't know what is happening. My job is not secured.
There are so many things which are not there.
And it becomes very difficult to control the children because they're over-traveling. Sometimes they even don't know their names.
They're not learners who are ready to learn.
I see it as a thing which I cannot be proud of.
So I mean, there is a lot of pressure, but I think one of the things that we also have to think about in South Africa is that teachers have had a very proud history. You think of in our past, I mean, they were everything from the sort of local councillor to the local sort of accountant to the advice giver in communities. I mean, surely you've got some really good memories of the sorts of things that teachers did for you. What sorts of memories do you have of your own? Good teachers have influenced many famous people. Here, two South Africans tell us about the impact that teachers have had on their lives.
Teachers are the most important things in our lives, because just now we've got celebrities, we've got lawyers, we've got doctors. Where do they come from? Do they come from heaven? I had an excellent biology teacher. She reads news and TV. She was my biology teacher. She was young, pretty, and straight to the point. You know, I think she was one of the best teachers.
A teacher called Mr. Pakati, who was my class teacher and our agricultural science teacher for the whole school then in 1976. I think he was an outstanding person in the sense that he acted first as a father figure for us. He was a good teacher, he knew his work,
it would be easy to even go to her and say, I didn't understand that, what did you say? And she'd sit you down and say, this is what it means.
And in many ways was inspirational, I believe, to many school children. But for me in particular, I was highly motivated by him.
So teachers are key to transformation. You know, you see it everywhere. And, you know, the society we live in at the moment, knowledge and skills are really, really important. You know, people talk about becoming globally competitive and so on, and teachers are absolutely central to that. Maybe we should go out and explore the different roles that teachers play. See, what does it mean to be a really professional teacher? You know, I think maybe what I would suggest is you go into classrooms and have a look at how good they are as teachers. How good are they as knowledge workers? And see whether that's changing. You know, maybe that's changing in our society at the moment. I think the second role then is the issue of caregiver. Do they create an environment in the school which makes kids feel welcome and which gives them role models for the future, for their role as citizens in society? The third thing is really that issue of change agents. Are they doing something really special in their schools? But then, I mean, I think we all know about sort of teachers who are just very disorganized. And so I suppose all of these things, they only work really if you have a teacher who can manage, who can organize the environment. So have a look at the way in which teachers manage and teachers organize. And I think maybe all of those things come together in the notion of professional. And I think one of the challenges that are going out to teachers at the moment is to be risk takers, to be innovators, to take those old apartheid schools and turn them around. And I mean, you know, on the one hand, it's terrifying, but I think on the other hand, it's a real challenge and it can be very exciting.